Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 7, Episode 2 of the First Star Challenge with Leeds United. Today we're playing Tottenham in the Premier League and then the first game of our Champions League group stage. And we're about to find out who that game is going to be against because we have the group stage draw right here. We are seeded first, which is brilliant. That obviously helps us out a lot. The other first seeds behind my head here, we have Real Madrid, Paris, Roma of Italy. They must have won the Scudetto, so well done to them. PSV, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham. Why had Tottenham in there? They must have won Europa League. And Schalke. So I'm going to say it's a weak first pot of teams, isn't it? Outside of the Madrid teams in Paris, you'd take almost any of those, wouldn't you? So let's just skip through the first. So we're in Group B. Skip through the first pot quickly here. And that brings us to pot 2. And this is almost a pot of death. Look at this. So behind my head, we've got Liverpool, who we can't get. Barcelona, who we can. Chelsea, who obviously we can't. And Sevilla. Manchester United, who we can't get, with Milan, Lyon, and Bayern Munich. I'd say I'd like to avoid Barcelona, though they did knock us out of the Club World Cup. So I wouldn't mind a chance for revenge there. You'd probably rather avoid Bayern Munich, maybe avoid Lyon. We're not going to get Lyon. We get Barcelona. So we do get a chance to avenge our defeat to them in the Club World Cup quarter-final. We, of course, knocked them out of last season's Champions League in the quarter-finals as well. So they're going to want a little bit of revenge for that as well. Liverpool got a decent one there, but Madrid, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich... yeah, I mean, there was a relatively soft group. Chelsea they'll be happy with their draw, I would imagine. All right, pot 2. Lazio, Benfica, Celtic, and Dortmund is behind my head. I'd rather avoid Dortmund, Jesus. Then we've got Porto, Napoli, Monaco, who I think we'd like to avoid, and Ajax as well. So we'll auto-draw this, see who we get. I don't really, other than Dortmund, I don't really have a preference. We're going to get Dortmund, aren't we? We get Lazio. So not the easiest. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously tougher teams we could have got. I would have liked Celtic. I tell you what, Manchester United, who have they slept with to get that group? That is absolutely unbelievable. All right, the fourth seeded teams. Red Bull Salzburg, Galatasaray, who we, of course, how did they get back in the Champions League? They were a disgustingly bad team last year. Hoffenheim, Genk of Belgium, Shakhtar, PAOK of Greece, Moscow, and I've never even heard of that team from Slovakia. So I'd like them, please. I wouldn't mind pumping Galatasaray again. I'd like to avoid Shakhtar, I think, and Hoffenheim. Yeah, I'd rather not have a group with a Spanish, Italian, and German team. But let's see who we get here. I'd love that Slovakian team. They go first up. And we get the German team. Of course we do. There we go. We have got what on paper is probably the toughest group, if I'm honest. That definitely could have gone better. You'd still probably fancy us to get through. So I think that's probably going to go down as the group of death. And you certainly don't want to slip up, because although us and Barcelona would probably be fancied to get through the group, if one of us slip up, you imagine there's going to be two teams there desperate to take our spot. So our first game is going to be at home to Lazio. We'll see that after the Spurs game. But before we even get to that, a couple of games to catch you up on since last episode, starting with our match against Leicester City in the Premier League. We took the lead when Erling Haaland picked out Juan Miranda at the back post. But Leicester were quickly level, hitting us on the break. But we secured the points in the second half when Pelezinho crossed for Miranda to get his second. So there we go, a good solid win against a decent Leicester City team. We dominated the game, as you can see down here, 26 shots to 8. Their goalkeeper, Karius, was quite good. But Miranda, the unlikely goal hero, with 2 in that one. 3 points in the bag, you love to see it. Next up, we played Everton away from home. Just the 1 goal in this one, a second-minute special from Calvin Phillips. So there we go, another goal that we dominated, a wonder strike from Calvin Phillips in the second minute, and then really nothing. We wouldn't say we dominated, we controlled the game when we did dominate the game. They had more possession though. Again, you can see their goalkeeper played quite well, Jordan Pickford there. Yeah, we sort of had all the highlights, but we could never really finish anything off. So that was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. But 3 points is 3 points, and that's all that really matters at this point. And if we're going to have a quick look at the league table, it's ourselves and Liverpool going neck and neck at the top of the table. Arsenal, they're 2 points back in third, and Spurs right back up there this season. That's who we play, of course, first up here. So that's going to be a tough one. The disappointment so far at Chelsea, 5 games played, only the 6 points. I thought they were going to be a really, really good team this year, but definitely gotten off to a very slow start. Let's have a look at what we're doing here against Tottenham. And we will see that we are at home for this one. We are the favourites, only just though. It's a tight game in the betting. Didier Deschamps is their manager. He looks as though he's turning them around in the year or so he's been in charge. A balanced, standard playing style. I'll have a quick look at what we're expecting. We're expecting to come out in this sort of a formation. Positional heat map here we can see from their victory over Southampton. Their passing network and their key passes there as well tend to be in the attacking final third. So we'll try and stop them from getting up there. This is a team that we're sending out. You'll notice a change in formation and a change of players. Partly for this is we did have an international break. So a few guys you can see here have come back match fatigued, which is why they're not featuring. And of the international break, Renier got his first Brazil cap, which is good. Other good news from Renier is that his issue has been resolved. He's withdrawn his transfer request. He's happy at the club again, which is excellent news. So we've kind of dodged that, and we still haven't offered him a new contract, which is even better. But we'll definitely do that next time he asks. So I'm hoping we'll see this form of his starting to pick up now that he's happy at the club. The other guys to get their first international caps, Dupy, our new French winger, he got a fullback, I should say. He got his first England cap, and Di Stefano, I should say, our new attacking midfielder, got his first caps and his first goal as well. So at least he is playing well. He's just obviously taking a little bit of time to settle in here with us, but he's learning English. I'm sure he'll be fine in the long run. This is the team we're sending out. Onana goes in goal. Mahoney, Suter, Dean and Dupy as the back four. It's Menia and Mariba in midfield. It's Under, it's Renier, and it is Abel Ruiz. They were terrific for us last season. Let's hope they pick up where they left off. And Leao goes up top. We did get our draw for the AFL Cup, the Carabao Cup third round, and we're at home to Watford. So FA Cup final replay again at home to Watford in the third round of the Carabao Cup. So well, it won't be the easiest, but at home you'd like to think we'll get the job done. Jardem says do it for the fans. I'm going to say just go out there and impress me today, boys, please. We've been on a decent run of form. We haven't been playing particularly well. We haven't been playing particularly badly either. It's sort of a weird one where we look really good almost until we get to sort of the final pass or the shooting, and then we're letting ourselves down just a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how we go here. We've got a set piece to defend early on here. Can we get that away, please, boys? We can. Dupy's there. Under completes a clearance, kind of. Origi has it. Come on, let's get a foot in. Let's get a foot in. Oh, he's pressuring in, but can't quite win the ball back. Crossfield ball, a little bit too much space there. Good tackle. It's just as a through ball for Dele Alli. He can't get a clean hit on the finish, and luckily for us, Onana's there. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. The reason I went back to this formation partly just down to players that are available, and also I don't want to not play with wingers because we know we have a lot of wingers at the club that are very good players. We need to give them game time and keep them happy. So I'm hoping, having played with the two up top for a little while, that this formation will kind of come back into style a little bit for us, and also I'm hoping that we'll mix it up a little bit and maybe throw Lazio off the centre for how we're going to play against them, which will probably be with the two strikers. Coming into half-time, not much by way of highlights. That was quite poor, wasn't it? We might say just a calm, we're not pleased. Mahoney, don't get yourself sent off, please, mate. Leao, same for you. Everybody's looking fired up, so let's get back out there and see what we can do. I'm wondering, increasingly, if we need to try lowering our tempo when we play, if we're just trying to do things a little bit too quickly at times, and maybe that's catching us out, and that's why we're not creating. There's a loose pass pounced on by Mariba. Mariba goes earlier for Abel Ruiz. He's in here. Abel Ruiz straight at the goalkeeper. Knocked behind for a corner, but promising signs at the start of this second half. Corner comes in, easily headed away. It was poor, really, wasn't it? And now we're going to get caught on the break. At the end of that poor corner, no, we're not, luckily. Let's tell him to concentrate. We've got a goal kick here. Onana goes short for Max Dean. Dean spreads the play out there for Under. Back to Dupy. Back to Mariba. And Under goes past his man like he does. Here he goes. He's going to shoot. He's got time and space. Under lines one up. It's not the best save. And the goalkeeper panics and hacks it into touch. Let's see, what can we do here? What can we do? What can we do? Let's take it off, exploit the flanks. It did look as though there was a little bit of space through the middle there. Here we go with another corner. Under to the back post. Keeper comes, claims it. And is that the highlight? Almost certainly not. Do something stupid, mate. Do something stupid. Throw it at Leao's face. No, he doesn't. He knocks it long. And Pedrino has gone past his man like he's not even there. We're exposed a little bit at the back. It's hacked clear. Under's come in and won it back really well. Doopy has it now. Back to Dean. In for Mariba. What can Mariba do with it? Back for Dean. Nothing stupid, please, boys. Onana, you get the feeling a goal is going to decide this one as well. We're just not quite in our flow yet this season. Mania has it now. Back to Max Dean. It's becoming a long old highlight. Hopefully with a little bit of Leeds quality at the end of it. Here we go with Under. Under goes past his man again. Can Under thread a pass? He goes. That's ridiculous, Under. Absolutely ridiculous. Who's on the bench? Do we have someone we can bring on? Bowen. All right, let's do that. Under has clearly lost the plot with that shot, so let's take him off. Leao up top. Let's maybe try him on a support role. Abel Ruiz isn't having the best game out there on the left. Haaland was match fatigued, which is why he's not starting. So ideally, I don't want to bring him on. Mahoney's not having a great game out there on the left either. Let's see what we can do. Let's try and encourage, shall we? Renier's looking a little bit nervous. Alright, what can we do? What can we do? Let's take it off, work the ball into the box. Let's try hitting early crosses, shall we? Yeah, let's try that. I don't want to... the fact that it's 0-0, I don't want to change too much about the way we're defending because, you know, that side of our game is, touch wood, still looking okay. But we just cannot score goals right now. And can we demand a little bit more? We can, but it's too late. And then another game that we've dominated, but have failed to score in. 0-0. What a disappointing start to the episode that is. I'll say unlucky. I don't think we were that bad. But unfortunately for us, you know, Liverpool seems to be setting such a relentless pace that might prove to be a disappointing drop point, especially at home. Those Tottenham are a decent team this year. But the positives are we were the better team there. We've just got to learn to score goals. So anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be right back for Lazio as we get our Champions League campaign underway. Okay, welcome back. We're about to get our Champions League campaign underway at home to Lazio. We've played them twice before. A draw and a win. That was a few years ago, I think. Not last season, maybe the season before in the Champions League. They're an Alessandro Nesta coach team. I think he was in charge last time we played them too, wasn't he? Yeah, he's been there for 5 years. They're an attacking, direct playing style. Have a quick look at what we're expecting from them here. We're actually expecting a 4-4-2, not necessarily this formation, but either way, if they do come out like this, I don't think it changes too much about how we want to play necessarily. We can see here their positional heat map. They do like to get a long way forward, passing network, and their key passes there as well. They get in close to the penalty area before they make a key pass. This is a team that we're sending out. Because we're expecting 2 strikers up top, we're going to go with 3 at the back with the spare man, and that spare man is going to be Noah Kene. I want to figure out a way to get him into the team more, and he has the attributes anyway to be a decent central defender. So we're going to try him out in the Champions League, you know, what better place, see how he does. So it's Onana in goal, it's Pongranic, Kene, and Wood as the back 3. Pellegrino goes down the right, Miranda down the left, Phillips and Alina in midfield. It's Di Stefano, hopefully, playing against an Italian team. He'll sort of play like he could do or should do. It's Haaland and Fati up top. Let's go. So they do come out in the 4-4-2. Our scouts get one there for that spot. And hopefully we'll see some goals this time around. Jem says do it for the fans. We're the favourites here. All right, we're at home. Let's do it for the fans. Some calm, we have faith. And hopefully some good goals. We did do some training sessions on attacking set pieces, both corners and free kicks. We need to find some sort of avenue for goals right now. Di Stefano with a cross in. It's headed towards goal, just over from Alina. So if that's what it takes to get goals right now, we just need to try and make sure we're getting points, then so be it. But this week in training, we're going to be doing attacking training, trying to get things going that way. As I said, we did make a few more signings than maybe we could or should have. So it is going to take a little bit of time to gel. There's a good ball to the back post. Pellegrino is there. But his header goes over the bar. And there's already more action than I think we saw against Spurs. So that's something. Let's give it another get creative. We've got an attacking throw here, it looks like. We're taking our time to get there, and that ends that. Here we go. Di Stefano over a free kick again. Decent. Into the mixer. Pogranic is there, but straight at the goalkeeper. Was that the highlight? Seemed a little bit lame, but so he does something stupid here. He hacks it clear. We picked that up there with Nathan Wood. I'm not quite sure why he's so far out there on the right. It's a horrible pass in field. And what have we done? Martial there. Can we get back and recover this? His shot goes just past the post. But that wasn't not the best play. I don't know why Wood was standing out there in the first place. So anyway, Pellegrino with a throw in there for Haaland. What can he do? He hasn't got a goal. Is that a foul, referee? Apparently not. I don't think he's got a goal yet this season, Haaland. It'd be good to get him underway. And if he starts firing, then I think maybe the whole team will. Kane with a ball in there for Alina. Back for Calvin Phillips. Across he goes to Pellegrino with space. Can he get across in? Where's Haaland in the middle there? He goes to the back post. It's headed away. Miranda's getting forward. Can't quite reach it. Phillips picks up the loose pass. That's a lungy tackle. Surely, referee. Come on. Alina in for Di Stefano. That's a nice ball to pick up. Pellegrino. Can he get across in? Fate's in the middle, I think. Back post. Miranda. A free header. Unmarked at the back post. And he can't keep it down. We saw him get a double against Leicester. And that should have been a third for the season right there. Unbelievable miss. But promising signs are that we are creating some chances. Less positive signs that we haven't taken any of them. But there you go. Decent enough, but still not quite where we need it to be, is it? What do we want to say to that? Do we maybe go some passionate dig in? Let's try that. The players that aren't playing well, we're going to tell them because we need to be better. We need to be scoring goals. We've got a nervous-looking Greenwich. What's your problem, mate? Come on, you're one of the best defenders in the world. We'll keep telling players here that they're not doing well enough if they're not doing well enough. I don't want to tell everybody they're rubbish. That's it's a slight concern. But, yeah, we'll tell most of the players here they're not good enough. Got faith in you. More from you, please, Erling. Come on, mate. And Fati... Let's give him a little bit of faith. All right, let's get back out there. There did look to be space in wide areas. I'm wondering if maybe we look to exploit the flanks. Haaland's got himself in here. Can he find the finish? Erling Haaland! No, keeper makes the save. All right, so let's maybe do that. Let's look to exploit these flanks where there is a little bit of space for the fullbacks or the wingbacks getting forward. And I'm wondering as well, actually, if maybe we tell Alina to drift into wide areas. Stefano with a decent ball in. It's headed away. Alina is there. Kane should pick up the loose ball. He seems to have done okay, Kane, doesn't he, in that deeper role. Let's pause this for a second. I'm just wondering. There is space. Let's wonder if we send Alina out into it to see if he can find some space to direct some play. If we look at the match ratings, their players are playing the better football, which is a slight concern, as I say. Even though looking at the match stats, we've had more of the game. Miranda in for Fati. Fati back to Miranda. Can Miranda pick out a cross? He dribbles into the defender. It's their back post. It's Pellegrino, and his header goes straight into the arms of the goalkeeper as well. Goalkeeper drops the ball. Highlight continues. Can we win that? We sort of do in the end. Pellegrino's there. It's a bit of a rough tackle. Yeah, it's surely a red card, referee. There it is. And it's not for Pellegrino, is it? No, it's for their boy. Okay. That had been coming, hadn't it? There'd been a few really, really lungy tackles. They must have get stuck in on. There's a good ball for Haaland. Haaland there for Fati. Oh, his second time of asking. Fati stuck it away. Oh, it was a really, really good block by the defender that first time around, wasn't it? But thankfully, Fati was there, kept on his toes, and was there to tuck away the loose ball. Good ball, the interplay there between... Oh, it's a good block, isn't it? It's a really good block. Pellegrino and Haaland did really well. They made the space for Fati, and second time of asking, he stuck it away. And like I say, let's now hope that we can go and see this game out. They've just gone one man up top. So what that means we can do, I think, is we'll push Kane forward. There's a good ball. Wood's there. It's back post, and Haaland still can't get himself a goal. Let's push this man forward. Noah Kene, play him. That's fine. It's a deep. Let's just keep you defensive on defense for me, please, mate. We'll keep everything else there looking the same. And we've got, what, 15 or so minutes here to maybe get a second goal if we can. Haaland only playing a 6.4. What has happened to Erling Haaland this season? He hasn't shown up. Let's drop it back to... Let's drop it back to a positive. Let's just start and close this thing down a little bit. We could probably get away with a counter press now because they're down to 10 men. So we should have the extra man anyway. Let's just see it out here if we can. There we go. Well, Goals galore, that one wasn't there. Fati with a scrappy goal, but we got the win. That's the main thing. Alina got man of the match. We didn't see him do too much, but he's obviously done something. But Erling Haaland playing a 6.4, and that just continues to become a problem. We need to get him scoring goals, don't we? Ruiz wants a contract. Let's see if Calvin Phillips can talk him out of that for me. No, he cannot. We might have to give Ruiz, and he's only on 60 grand. Oh, he's happy. He's only on 60 grand a week anyway. We could afford to offer him a little bit more than that. But there we go. That is it for today. Barcelona won their game. I think it was at 2-1. Yeah, they had the early kickoff. I meant to mention that. You may have seen it in the pre-game screen there. So it's as expected at the top after that first round of games. And the Premier League table, as you would imagine, Liverpool did win. Arsenal have also won, so we are now third on goal difference with those guys. That's shaping up to be a nice little race at the top of the table. And we will be back next time. I actually have Arsenal up next, but it's a little bit too quick to come back. I think what we'll do is we'll come back for Barcelona away, which could be anything out of that game really does put us on the front foot for the rest of the group. And then we'll do Manchester United away. They're only down there in 11th, but we know that they're a good team. They are, of course, the defending Club World Champions, I think, aren't they? But that's all for next time, guys. Hopefully by then we'll be scoring some goals as well. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Take care.